Let's get into it. MDZ De Niro, we back again. Another episode of Empire. My review, my recap show. Wait up, stop the music. Let's get right into this. What's up? We up to episode 3 of Empire. Week 3. So far, so good. They're giving us a lot to look forward to. This week, it wasn't as much action and excitement as the first 2 weeks, but it was still a good episode. This week, it was more of like a build-up, a transitional episode, a build-up to show you what's to come later. Like they introduced some new things. So further down on the line, we could expect more excitement. Like for instance, a detective shows up at Empire Records to speak to Lucius. And Lucius questioned him about did they have any leads on his best friend's murder, Bunky's murder. So the detective said, yeah, just so happened this morning, somebody checked in and said they eyewitnessed the murder. So now Lucius, he tried to play it cool, but you can see he's a little nervous. He let out a little nervous laugh. So he's a little nervous. So as soon as the detective left, he asked his son, Andre, could he use his contacts down at City Hall to find out who the eyewitness was. So Andre goes down to City Hall, meets up with one of his friends, Deputy Mayor Alvarez. Beautiful lady. So he meets up with her. They go into the office. And this is why Andre, that's my boy right there. Andre, he got a couple of little similar ways, similar to your boy MDZ. Andre steps into the room. Deputy Mayor asks her, are you here about the music program or whatever? So he's like, sure, but I need a little favor. So she's like, sure, anything for you. So Andre just steps up close to her, pushes her over to the desk, bends her over the desk, lifts her skirt, does his thing, and then asks her, tells her that he needs the information on the detectives, who the eyewitness was that the detectives had. Now, that's why Andre is my boy. He's just like me. Now, I'm not saying that I would have sex for information. I'm not saying that. Maybe I... But anyway, forget about that. Well, anyway, after that, Andre is home. So the deputy mayor finds out the information for him. She calls him on the phone. Andre's in his bathroom talking on the phone with the deputy mayor, whatever. And then his wife walks in. And you know how us guys do. You know, bring that cell phone in the bathroom, make them personal calls, because wife would be watching over your shoulder every move you make. When you text, when you get a phone call, she be sitting there listening, acting like she's not listening, but listening. So, you know, most people go in the bathroom, make those private phone calls. I'm not saying I do that. Alright, fuck it. We all do that. But anyway, he's in the bathroom making that private call. His wife walks in. Then he's a little, like, caught off guard. So he gives, like, a little look like, oh. She's like, who's that? So he's like, oh, it's Deputy Mayor Alvarez. So I'm thinking the wife's going to be upset. Whatever, it's going to be a little quarrel. So the wife was like, oh, what does she want? So he's like, I had to ask her a little favor for my father. I need the information of the eyewitness that the detectives had. So the wife was like, well, that's kind of a big favor. What did you have to do for this favor? You must have had to do a lot for that favor. So this is why Andre is my boy. He keeps it 100, just like I would have. Told his wife, you wanna know what I had to do? Walks up close to his wife, pulls her close, spins her around, bends her over the sink. He said, this is what I had to do. Start kissing in the air, start hitting her from the back. That's exactly how I be doing. If you never had sex in the bathroom and had a girl bent over the sink or picked her up on top of the sink, you're not living. If you never had office sex on top of the boss's desk, maybe that's too much information. I'm not saying I did that, but whatever. If you ever had sex on top of the desk knowing you could get caught at any minute, you're not living. Anyway, back to Empire. Enough about my private life. Anyway, back to Empire. So, Andre lets his father know that the eyewitness they had is actually a homeless guy. And the homeless guy has a little mental disability. He was talking in cold, talking incoherent. So he told his father it's nothing to worry about, whatever, homeless guy. So the father thinks that everything is out the clear. Lucius thinks that everything is in the clear. But little do he know, the detective has an idea. I guess he could sense from the reaction that Lucius gave him when he told him he had an eyewitness that maybe it might be a little something there. So the detective kept pressing the homeless guy. First time he came around with his partner, homeless guy didn't give him no information. So he came back with a case of beers. Gave the homeless guy some beers. Said, I know you was trying to tell me something the other day. What was you trying to tell me? So the homeless guy start talking incoherent again, like, oh, there's a lion in the jungle, and the lion is a bad lion, and he's in the jungle. So the detective was about to walk off, but then he thought about something for a second. He paused for a second. Went through his phone, found the picture of Lucius. It was like, is this the lion in the jungle? And the homeless guy said, yeah. So now it's on and popping. The detectives have a lead that it might be Lucius. So they're going to be watching Lucius now. And then also, as we all know, Lucius found out about Cookie talking to the feds. His girlfriend hired a private investigator, and they took some photos of Cookie outside the club in the car, unmarked car, with some feds. So Lucius confronted her in this episode. Like, he was telling her, yo, I love you and all of this. I know you're not snitching on me. Did you snitch on me to get out? What's going on and everything, whatever. Now, let's be real, ladies. I know a lot of y'all ladies think y'all ride or die, and y'all going all out for these guys out here. These guys claiming that they love y'all. But any guy that says he love you and will let you do a bid for him, he really don't love you. That's some sucker shit. Straight from MDZ De Niro. I would never let a female do a bid for me. I do my own bid. Plus, I ain't doing nothing to get locked up anyway. All that legal money right now, getting that legal money, caking on legal money. But if a guy will let you do a bid for him, send you to jail, do time for him, that's some sucker shit. So, ladies, don't think these dudes is about that life if they sending their women to do biz for them. But anyway, back to the story. He's telling her, I love you and all of this and everything. He don't love her that much if he let her do 2 time for him. And then he used her money to build the company. But he's like, I love you and all this. I know you're not setting me up, whatever. So anyway, Cookie played like she didn't understand what he's talking about. So Cookie went back to the feds and speak to the feds and like, Lucius must have some inside information because he's on to them. So the feds is always one step ahead of everybody. The feds showed her the pictures. The same pictures that Lucius had. Like, here, this how he knows. So the next day, the same lady that was in the picture, the same federal agent that was in the picture, showed up with Cookie to Lucius's office. They're in the conference room. So Lucius walks in and sees Cookie and the lady in the conference room. And as he walks in, they played this smart. The Fed was like, "Oh, Cookie, if you keep failing these tests, we're gonna have to lock you back up." She played like a probation officer. So Lucius fell for the okie doke. They pulled the wool right over his eyes. He actually start believing, oh, this was a probation officer. So that's it. Since that event, he apologized to Cookie and for accusing her of something crazy and all of that. And then he actually invited her to a family get together. So this when the next story comes in. They go. Oh, before that, Cookie, you know, her favorite son is Jamal, the gay guy. So Jamal, she feels that Jamal songwriting abilities he just can't write that hit record. She feels that he's the most talented of all of them, but he doesn't have what it takes to write that hit record. So she wanted to find a songwriter for him. So the feds did her a favor and found one of her old school friends. His name was Puma. Puma, played by Cuba Gooding Jr. They hunted down Puma that used to write songs for Cookie, the feds, as a favor. So Cookie went all the way out there. Puma said he's out of the game. He don't do that anymore, whatever. But he always loved Cookie. He always liked Cookie. He always was flirting with Cookie. So Cookie was like, all right, she was leaving. Then Puma, you know, dudes chasing it, you know, thinking with that second head. He was like, all right, before you leave, yeah, I'll send you a song. So he sent her a song, but the song he sent her was a song he gave her years ago for Lucius. But Lucius didn't know what to do with the song. So now, fast forward, we at the family event. The son performed that song that was given to Lucius years ago, but the son flipped the song and made the song even better. Performed it in front of everybody. He killed it. Even Lucius was like, damn, wow. Because he remember he was trying to make something out of the song. He couldn't do nothing with it. But his son killed the song. But Lucius on some grimy stuff. After his son was finished, he clapped and everything like, oh, that's good. Yo, you did a great job. You did a great job with that song. And he said, matter of fact, with that idea you have, I should give that song to the John Legend or somebody. So the mother started flipping. Cookie was like, what do you mean? That's his song. Why are you gonna do that? That's your son. Why are you gonna do that to your son? So he's like, what you mean? That's my song. I wrote the song years ago. I could do whatever I want with my song. Because you know he doesn't like that his son is gay. So he always goes against his son. So the son started flipping out. The son was like, you played out anyway. You a has-been. The son was like, yo, you just mad because I'm more talented than you. I'm you on steroids. And now it's on. So the son was like, yo, I'm going for the record label now. The son had enough. And then, to top it off, Hakeem, the father's favorite, the brother, you know, is trying to cause quarrel between both of them, between his other brothers, Andre. So Andre stepped to Hakeem and it's like, wow, you could be Jamal's backup singer. Jamal's the most talented one, you know that. And then Hakeem got mad. So Hakeem start feeling the way. So now that sibling rivalry is starting to build up. I can't wait till next week. Empire and DZ De Niro. Subscribe, like, share. Let's discuss it in the comments. I love y'all. Peace.